Hey, Bobby. Hope you're well. Um, so let's go through your email. Yeah, with the job, I actually, because I've only been doing tarot. I've been doing tarot for 2 years, so this is the reason why I don't have time is because I'm working again, like I'm at a full-time job. Um, and I just started like 2 weeks ago. So, when I get off work, I'm tired. It's harder to do readings when I'm tired, just because I have to use up a lot of energy when I do them. So doing the monthlies, and then you know I have people emailing me throughout the entire week, so it's just kind of hard to keep up. So I may just wait a month out to see how I feel, and then once my energy levels get back up to par, then I'll start doing readings again. But just to give you a heads up. Okay, so you just wanted a general reading, so I'm just going to start pulling cards for you. Spirit guides, this reading's for Bobby. What can you tell me about Bobby in terms of what's coming up for him? And I'm not saying this, Bob, just because I know that you asked about it, because I know that you asked, are you looking, will you be reconciling with somebody? I feel like you're kind of waiting on that. Okay, so I want to throw this out because it's kind of important. With the love readings that I did for you, the last two, do you remember how specifically it was talking about, this is about you moving forward and not repeating things. I'm not necessarily talking about dating somebody from your past, but it's like a spirit saying when you close doors, you need to keep them shut. So you're continuously moving forward, because all these doors that kind of just like stay kind of swung open, or they're kind of shut but not really, and then exes, you hear from exes and they're hitting you up, months, years later, whatever it is. It's one thing to be open to the possibilities of things, but I feel like repeating the odds of repeating a cycle or repeating something, it kind of like will bring in, it's like if you keep leaving, kind of like for example, if you're wondering if you're going to reconcile with somebody from your past, it didn't sound like in your past readings that that was something that you wanted to do, but when you leave that door open, it's almost like any new energies that are coming in are going to be old energies. I'm not saying that that's guaranteed or that's the way it works, but I would watch out for that, because I feel like a part of you might be lonely. Because do you see lonely because of loss, lonely because of things that have not worked out? Okay. And then you're also thinking about what you want. So then in some ways in your mind, you're kind of trapped, like, I want what I want. I want to invest in a relationship. But then what I'm showing is your desire is you're waiting. So when you mention reconciling with somebody, okay, the only way that those doors would be open to reconcile is if you're still holding on. Okay, so if you're wanting this, if you're wanting to invest in a new relationship, you can't do it with this energy of holding on to something. Because if you look at this card, Bobby, I'm not saying that this is you, but if you look at it, this is somebody where let's say this is you, and I say, Bobby, do you want a new relationship? Do you want real love? Do you want to move on? Do you want something brand new and exciting and all of that? This person's going, well, I don't know. I do, but what about maybe somebody from the past? Or so these three cups don't have to mean people from the past. They can represent a cycle or doing things the way that you've always done them. So what's the Four of Cups for you? Women that you've walked away from. Do you see that? You see how there's three cups? And this person's not letting go of three cups. They're people you've walked away from, so you're leaving the door open. So by leaving any doors open, you're settling. Okay? It's almost like me saying, like, you deserve better than your past, so why would you want to reconcile with somebody from your past? They're in your past for a reason. Okay? It's almost like there's a part of you that in terms of moving forward, trying to move forward, it's like abandoning that idea. Does that make sense? Abandoning the idea of actually moving forward. Okay. So hold on really quick. So do you see what I'm saying, Bob? Because the message that's coming across the spirit saying you need to be honest with yourself and make a decision to move forward. Okay? Not be closed off to it. And you might be frustrated with me saying that, but once again, in your email you're asking, am I going to reconcile with somebody? That's not moving forward. That's thinking about what you've been through. That's thinking about somebody you dated already. That's thinking about something that didn't work out and maybe it'll work out again. Okay? It's almost like have faith that there's somebody brand new that you haven't met. Spirit guides, is Bobby going to meet somebody new in 2018? Is Bobby going to meet somebody new romantically in 2018? Why? Okay. So Spirit's saying the possibility of meeting somebody new in 2018, you might be thinking about that, but Spirit's saying that's up to you to manifest, but it might not happen. Try not to get like, I'm not going to meet anybody then for the next 3 months or so. Spirit's saying, well, that depends on, that depends on what you're interested in right now, what you're open to, because Spirit's saying, are you being honest with yourself about things? Are you open to something brand new, or are you holding on to the past? Are you holding on to someone that you still want to hear from, and maybe it's the DA, maybe it was just a fluke when you first met, but they really want to be with you now. Something along those lines. Let me see. Yeah, maybe there was a woman, and maybe you just weren't on the same page. Maybe you met each other and you weren't on the same page at the moment. Okay, so maybe, but Spirit's saying, are you being honest with yourself about this? Or are you just telling yourself this to make yourself like get excited about somebody that you've already met? Because Spirit's saying all of it they all need to end. The idea of reconciling with anybody, Spirit's saying you need to end that and move on. Okay? Because part of you might be thinking, because I feel like with the Two of Wands, it's saying the direction that you're going in right now is kind of like, I wouldn't say it's the wrong way. Let me see what the Two of Wands is for you. But it's like this, Bob. I'm just gonna ask this, like, why would you want to reconcile with somebody? Because, for example, when I was reading for you on one of the new girls, and then it was like, she's still hanging on to her man, and then you said, I forget which one it was, but she was like gonna work it out with her man. That was probably on a smaller scale, but that's heartbreaking because you get excited and then it's, well, I guess that's not going to work out. So Spirit's saying, you want a repeat of that? Why would you even consider that or leave that door open? There are too many good people in the world, too many people who don't have exes to deal with, who have their stuff together. That's who you need to be with. It's like being in alignment with the people that are who you want them to be. Not taking risks or chances with people where they've already burned you, or you've already been disappointed, or they already chose otherwise. Now, keep in mind, you might be asking, or if you're going to reconcile with somebody, but it could be people that I've never read about, okay? So I'm going to ask, Spirit Guides, why is it important that Bobby lets go of everyone from his past? Why is it important? Because Spirit's saying, because in terms of how you feel and what you're trying to manifest, okay? When you're holding on to the past, it just leaves things very flighty and up in the air, okay? But it's also a form of holding on, and Spirit's saying you kind of already know that, because it's saying it's not good, okay? Because you're trying to get here, but it's like going backwards, okay? So let me go through your questions. Spirit Guides, Bobby's wondering if he will reconcile with somebody from the past. Spirit saying walk away from basically asking about reconciling. It's keeping you closed off from being in the flow. This is like you saying up, and that's frustrating because I know that you want to be in a relationship or you want to meet somebody, but do you see, by thinking about the past, women from the past, that's more of a fantasy, daydreaming, hoping, wishing. Spirit saying walk away from that. You need to be grounded moving forward. Otherwise, you're going to be frustrated going, how come I'm not meeting anybody? How come there's no love? Well, because you're focused on your past, okay? Spirit's saying decide to change this. Do not wait on people that have broken your heart, or do not wait on your past. Don't wait on that. Spirit's saying you know what we're talking about. Because the Two of Swords is, deep down. So once again, this is like changing a whole cycle. This is like changing a big part of yourself. The Death card is transformation. It's ending something, but it's ending something that maybe you've had a tendency of doing. Okay? Yep. Being open to the unknown of something that fell apart in the past. Spirit's saying release yourself from that. Let go of it. Okay? Spirit Guides, Bobby would like to know if he will meet someone that he's never hooked up with that will come into his life. Well, I'm getting a yes with the Six of Wands. Okay. But Spirit's saying you have to be clear about what decisions you're making regarding relationships. So there's something here, Bob. It's like, I don't know why I keep getting this image of like when you're talking to somebody and then you're hearing from an ex. It's like, close these doors. Spirit keeps saying move on. You can't go two directions. Don't do this. This is meeting somebody new, and then this is talking to an ex, or meeting somebody new and thinking about your past. Spirit's saying that's why you might get frustrated when you're trying to manifest something, because you're not fully releasing going in that direction. You got to release it. You got to completely move on and move forward. Okay? I don't know why this energy keeps coming up. This can represent an energy of being closed off. You want a relationship, but what is the Four of Pentacles for you? It's the undecidedness. So Spirit's saying you may want a new love, a fully romantic, happy, loving relationship. You may want that, but you can't have it doing this. And what is this? It's you being undecided. You juggling. You saying, no, I want to move forward. Okay? Just like when I was telling you before, you need to cut off, the rest of your exes. You said, I blocked so-and-so. I'm not responding to so-and-so. But there's still something lingering there. Okay? Yeah, the same message just keeps repeating itself. It's like, okay, so your past relationships, people you dated that fell apart, you may say it's over, but Spirit's saying, well, are you trying to move forward, or are you lying to yourself that you are? Okay? Because the Two of Pentacles is you're not moving. You're juggling. Okay. So what is the Two of Pentacles? It's one side and the other side, right? So what's one side? Being undecided, right? Well, it's regarding things that ended and people you're still talking to or thinking about. And the other side is taking action to move forward. Okay. Once again, I hope that's not frustrating for you. All right. Let's see. So you've cut off all communication with Gigi and Melissa. Gigi's daughter works with me, but I don't really talk to her. I let the Mexican girl go, and I'm not communicating with Felicia. Okay. Which is good. So let me go back to your original email, okay? Spirit guides, what can you tell me about Bobby and money, finances, money and finances for Bobby? Here, I'm gonna shuffle these just because a bunch of women came up in that question. Sometimes when I jump from topics, it does that. Okay. Okay, Spirit guides, what can you show me with Bobby and his finances, money? There's something here about your thinking. Do you remember that one time when you told me, like, I feel like I have money when I don't have women, and when I want women or I have women in my life, I don't have money? I feel like Spirit's trying to get you to let go of that belief or those thoughts. Okay? Because we have, in terms of you trying to manifest the kind of money that you want, the things that you think about and hope for and wish for, it feels like it's kind of going at a slow pace. Okay? But Spirit's saying the difficulties, whatever you associate money with, there's this need to walk away from that. And I know that might not make sense, so let me ask. Spirit guides, what's the Ten of Wands with Bobby regarding money? Is there this feeling like money will come in, and then there's this fear of like money's going to be gone, money comes in and then it's going to be gone, money's going to come in? Because Spirit's saying there's something about like And I don't know if it has to do with you were like, if you resist, is there a part of yourself where you think about like, I want all this money, but then I don't know, this is maybe going a little bit too deep, but is there a part of you that thinks like, I don't deserve a lot of money? I know part of you is like, well, I deserve money, I know that. Is there a part of you that feels like you don't deserve money? I don't know if that makes sense, because to have the wish card with, I think that's the Seven of Wands, where he's resisting the one thing that he wants. Okay, that's why I was asking, like, is there a part of yourself that says like, you know, like you've gone through, you know, your financial woes in the past, but do you still think like somebody's going to pull the rug underneath you, because you need to start believing that you're on the up and up? Spirit guides, what can you tell Bobby to help him feel secure with money? That when you don't, okay, there's something to do with women as well. The more confident you are with somebody that you're dating. So for example, let's say you start talking to somebody and you kind of feel like they're being a little bit wishy-washy or whatever, but they're so beautiful and you want things to, perfect example, Bobby. Remember the girl that lived 4 hours away? Why would you consider somebody 4 hours away? Yes, anything could happen, but are you do you like long distance relationships? I feel like the answer is no, because you want the woman there. You want her near. You want her in the same town so you can see her, you know. Say you get off of work and you're like, I feel good, I want to go see my girl. You can go see her. Not she's 4 hours away and we have to kind of like plan this and do all of that, and maybe she'll move to me if things go well, maybe she won't. Okay, I feel like, and I'm just using that as an example, but I feel like what Spirit's trying to say is your money woes in regards to women, okay, it's like it ends up working out that there's somehow, this might sound weird, there's some sort of connection in regards to certain types of women that you've chosen in the past, where it kind of just, it's like, if they're not what you really want, but you keep pursuing them anyways, it's going to create imbalances in other areas of your life. You may not believe that, okay? But for example, if you start dating a woman, but you think she's talking to her man, so then it brings up anxiety in you, but you're still wanting to see where it's going to go and all of this, that anxiety can like go into other areas of your life. And I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like I'm digging a little bit with that message, okay? So let's go back. Spirit guides, what can you tell me about Bobby and his finances? Once again, Bobby, I feel like Spirit's saying, you know, with you and money, it's like if you want to increase your finances, and you may not be thinking in this way, like for example, I have a job and okay, so how do I create more money? Well, a lot of the times if I'm not bringing in extra income or another income, or I'm not getting raises or whatever, then I have my income. Okay, but how can I increase the income? Well, watching how I spend my money, or making some changes, or maybe not having a Netflix account because I already have a Prime Video account. Like looking at all different sorts of things. But I feel like what Spirit's saying is you may want change with your money. You may want more money. Okay, but the change involves you letting go of the old ways of doing things so the new chapter can start. It involves putting in the effort and the work to make these changes, because Spirit's saying, because you have the potential to change your finances in any way. Okay, it's doing things, stepping up your game. But Spirit's saying, but in regards to money, it's like, well, you're not really making any changes right now, or trying, because your attention or focus might be on love right now. Does that make sense? Love, relationship, I want to meet somebody new. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Spirit guides, what does Bobby need to do to have more money? What does Bobby need to do to have more money? Focus on your money, not women. It's like this. It doesn't mean that you can't have more money, Bobby, if you're dating women. But I feel like, and I don't know if you put, like you go to work and you work hard, but then I don't know if you're at work, you're like checking your phone, or if you're on social media or dating apps or talking to women or whatever it is. But Spirit's saying, literally, this is what came up. What do you need to do to increase your money? Let go of your love for women. Does that make sense? Because Spirit's saying, because that's where the imbalance comes in. You're trying to create more money and love, but it's like they're not balanced. Does that make sense? Spirit's saying you need stability. So for example, it's like somebody who works just as hard. They work hard, they go to work, they watch their finances, they do all of that just as much as they date women or take care of themselves or clean their house. It's all about balance. So do you put a lot of focus and attention and time and thinking and hoping and wishing into women, a relationship, romance, than your finances? Like when you come home, are you, this might sound dumb, but are you like balancing your checkbook? Are you looking at your expenses? Are you thinking about every time, you know, you use your ATM card, you know, your debit card, you know, how often you're using it in a day and what you're buying, and do you really need to buy that? And I know that might sound kind of cheesy, but that's kind of the message that I'm picking up. Okay, Spirit Guides, what can you tell me about Bobby's career? Are you waiting for any changes at work, Bobby? Is there a part of you that maybe you have this job now, but part of you is thinking like, I could do better, or I could make more? Almost like maybe what you're doing isn't a match. Because I feel like there's a part of you that's waiting, and I feel like the waiting that you're waiting on is clarity of like, what's my next move, or should I do this forever? And because you may be feeling like it's now an investment, you've got this new job, but then you're looking at the opportunities for promotions. You're looking at the opportunity. So I don't know if, because I think your job is commission based, or some of it is, you might be going, it feels like I'm, in terms of money, the pentacle feels like it's kind of dragging out or going kind of slow. It's going to take forever to me to turn into the King of Pentacles. Okay. A Spirit saying there's a part of you that may be resisting taking some sort of action. Let me see what that action is. I don't know if this has to do with the boss or workers. Okay. Could be fear. I don't know if all your relationships are good at work, but I kind of feel like you may be like, I just like my job, I'm not thinking about leaving, but are you thinking about leaving? So this can mean somebody who's not really happy with what they're doing and wanting to move forward with something, which would involve you walking away from something, which would involve a big change. Okay. Towards something new. Do you see that? That's almost like a building. It's like going towards something new. Okay. Is that something that you just think about or dream about, or you know what I mean? Spirit Guides, what can you tell me about Bobby's career? I don't know why a woman keeps coming up. I don't know if you have a woman boss. And this Devil card. Okay. Once again, this could be in regards to, you know, you're not too focused on work because you're lonely because you don't have a relationship. Okay. Once again, I just feel like you're in your head about something, Bob. And I don't know if it's fear of... I don't know if I'm fear of the future or fear of something. But you're really focused on relationships right now. Do you see that? You're really focused on that. Okay. So let's do this, Bob. Let me do love for you. But I hope this is helpful, of course. Spirit Guide, show me Bobby and his love life. Yeah, Bob, once again, it doesn't have to mean a particular person, but we still got women in the past. This could mean your last relationship. Somebody's hanging out in the back somewhere. You may still be leaving a door open. The moon card is the unknown of something, but I feel like you are trying to change your focus in some way. You're thinking about love, thinking about moving forward, but Spirit's saying you have some mixed emotions still. So having mixed emotions doesn't always get us moving forward in the direction we need to go. Okay, and that's where I feel like Spirit's saying, all right, well, you need to decide, do you want a balanced relationship, or do you want to play with, you know, play with people who aren't on the same level or don't want the same thing, or you don't really want them? Because once again, Spirit's saying in terms of you taking action and moving forward, You're still closed off in some way. I don't know if this is you guarded, you don't want to get hurt, you don't want your heart to get broken, but Spirit's saying that you can't do this if you're doing this. This guy's going nowhere, this guy's going somewhere. So do you see there's a challenge here with the movement or action? It's like the direction that you're going. You got it. If you want to head that way, then you got to go that way, and that's it. No more going back. For example, if somebody comes from my past and let's say I've forgiven them or whatever, but they're coming back like, hey, what's up? I'm just using this as an example. I'm not going to keep the conversation going. It's done. And I know that you said you're not doing that with any of your exes or Melissa or any of them. Okay, but there's something here about what direction you're going in. Okay, because there may be a part of you that's thinking about effort or work into something, investing again in somebody. Okay, maybe because of a lack of things not moving forward in love, so you're thinking, well, maybe I should get back with somebody that, you know, or maybe somebody, I don't know what that is, Bob, and I apologize. Spirit guides, what's working for Bobby in terms of love? You're clear about, I mean, you want a relationship, we know that. You want to move forward. In your mind, you want a relationship, but what are your challenges? Once again, it's like, this is your challenge. This is the best way that I can explain it. It's like thinking about the kind of woman you want to be with, and that's it. Not thinking about the kind of woman you want to be with, and then all of a sudden you hear back from one of the DA or somebody, or a woman hits you up on social media and she reminds you of somebody from your past, but she's drop dead gorgeous. Spirit's saying your challenge is you're resisting being clear about what you want. And how are you resisting being clear about what you want? By having this energy. Well, you never know what could happen. Well, we'll just try this out. Or hey, she's hot. Or I don't know what it is, Bob. Okay, but it has to do with not being honest with yourself. And I don't know what that means to you. Spirit guides, what does Seven of Swords mean to Bobby? Not being honest yourself about who you're still thinking about or talking to, but not walking away from. So once again, this is like saying like, I'm done with my past, but you're open to your past, or I'm done with that person, but then if they message you in a few months, you'll answer. It's like being done. Because Spirit's saying you're not really taking any action from this. It still has something to do with whoever you're open to still, and not walking away. Spirit's saying you're not doing that. Something's there. Spirit guides, what else do we have for Bobby? Needing to let go of people who you're not on the same page with. If you're not on the same page, let them go. I know I'm just repeating myself, Bob. But Spirit's saying you can't move on until you accept that something is done. So you try to date somebody, it doesn't go anywhere, be done with it. It's over. It's done. Even if you hear from them, it's over. There's a lesson here. Spirit guides, what's the lesson here for Bobby? Accepting that when something's done, it's done. You have to let it be done and let it fall so the new can be built and come into your life. Okay? Spirit guides, what can Bobby expect moving forward in love? Being honest with yourself about heartbreak and how that's getting in the way of you manifesting what you want. If you've been wondering why things have been so difficult, it's because you have to officially close all those doors. This sounds very reminiscent of my last reading for you. Okay. Spirit guides, what is Bobby's advice moving forward in love? You have to see the truth of what you really want. So if you want somebody who has no children, who's drop dead gorgeous, who is ready to be in a relationship, and when she says she wants to be with you, it's you, and you know it, okay? If that's your wish, okay, then you need to see the truth, see that truth for yourself, and go for that, only that. Because that's what's balanced for you, only that. You need to walk away from the idea of reconciling with anybody and hoping that this Ace of Pentacles could turn into an Ace of Cups with somebody you already abandoned or walked away from. You need to let that go. Meaning your past. Okay, because part of it is being lonely. And Spirit saying you know what you know that, okay, and that's why you're still wondering or thinking about the past or thinking about somebody you already know. There's a certain comfort level I feel with that. You see that? I wonder. From this whole batch of women, I wonder. Spirit saying, well, that's the wrong way. Okay, moving forward, what can you expect, Bobby? You're gonna clean. I feel like you're gonna keep cleaning house, Bob. If you've left the door open for even one woman, you're gonna walk away. But you're gonna understand why you're walking away. This is good to see because this means the Temperance card's not going to come up unless you've closed the door on things, unless you've. So once again, whether we're talking about specific women or we're just talking about a certain way of how you've dealt with relationships over the years, a certain style, you have to look at how's that worked out for you. How has your way of dating or the women that you've chosen or been drawn to or engaged with, how has that worked out for you in relationships? Because we can't always blame the other party, because a lot of the times the people that come into our life, they're just a mirror for us. So whatever they're frustrated about, what is it? And not, it doesn't mean, if we're dating somebody who's mean that we're mean. It means if we're dating somebody who's mean, what does that reflect back to you? What are you willing to put up with? Why are you even dating that person if they're mean? Did you know they were mean from the very beginning? Did you notice little things in the beginning? It's like learning to walk away from things from the very get-go. So I hope this reading was helpful. I know it kind of sounds like I was repeating myself from the last reading and I'm repeating the same thing over and over, but I hope it's not too frustrating to hear. But take care of yourself. Yeah, definitely, if you want a reading next month or the month after, just hit me up. Like I said, my schedule's kind of... So in terms of being able to get a reading to you like within a day or so, it might be a little bit harder moving forward, but just keep me posted. Take care of yourself, and I wish you all the best as always, Bobby. Okay, bye.